Hey everybody, it's Jim with Triple J Bricks. Welcome back to another video. Finally, another video. We have some Bricklink orders to get through before we dive into the meat of this video, but oh my goodness. This is going out to C Glad for $8.92. Bunch of minifigure parts. Thanks for the order. $9.30 going to Jordan. Thank you so much, Jordan. Single minifigure, easy pull. This is $8.06 going out to AKL Wolf. Bionicle mask. This is the majority of this. I think this was almost $5 for that. And some other large parts going out of the store. Very cool. This order is going out to Zakar for $8.39. Really great to see more parts leaving the store. This order is going out to C Glad, second time through the store in a very short amount of time, and very, very kind of you. I forgot this piece in his first order, and he was kind enough to make a second one, so I'm just sending that along in the second order, but thank you so much. All in, $18.86. This order is to Strange JZ for $29.71. 13 of those dollars is that guy right there, and then a bunch of sand red stuff. Well, not a bunch, 3 sand red pieces, and just a bunch of minifigure parts. Thank you for the order, appreciate it. All right, so before I get into what I actually want to talk about in this video, this is my first video in a couple weeks. There hasn't been a lot going on. I was traveling. I just hadn't been doing anything down here, and I was going to do a studio update video, and I probably will do that after this, because I feel like as we near the end of August, it would probably be another good time to kind of update what's going on in the studio. This is going to be maybe a little bit of that, I'm not sure, but what I've done is on stream over on Twitch, I have finished the Shire set, which is very, very cool. It was a really, really fun build. And part of it I did during a charity event, which was really fun as well. But upon building that, and upon having the Tower of Barad-dûr up, I again am running out of space down here. Now, this is going to eventually move up into one of these shelves up here, because it's very, very displayable. But what it reminded me of is that I now have basically all of the Lord of the Rings sets that have come out post Rivendell, right? So I have Rivendell, I have the Tower of Barad-dûr, and I have the Shire. And I've kind of decided that those will be... Well, I kind of decided that before this, I've never said it outright, but like... I think these sets are going to be ones that I collect moving forward and kind of keeping up on, because I love Lord of the Rings, and I don't really have a lot of the sets prior, but I feel like they're so expensive now in the aftermarket. I don't love the look of all of them. I think the minifigures are cool, but like the sets themselves are just sort of meh. So it's kind of like I'm starting on the ground level when Rivendell came out. Now, as you can see, Rivendell is not up here. I made a video a while back saying, let's talk about Rivendell. And in that video, I said this. So I think I'm going to part it out. I think I'm just going to take it apart slowly and put it into my inventory. And I know that kind of sucks and it kind of hurts, but at the same time, I think that's kind of the best move for right now. I just kind of feel bad because it's an expensive set and it's gorgeous, but I also have to be realistic. So I think that's what I'm going to ultimately do, but it's going to have new life. A lot of these parts will have a new life in a beautiful Castle Mock scene that we'll make here at some point. Yeah, that was a mistake. You know, you don't know what you don't know at the time. Thought it was going to be a good idea. Didn't have a Bricklink store at the time that I was doing that, so it made a lot more sense. I don't really blame past me, but, you know, having a little bit more foresight would have been nice. Now, eventually, the Tower Bear door is going to get taken down. This is going to get, until I have some more space to display, this is probably going to have to go. But what I'm going to do, in lieu of parting out a gigantic 5,000 plus piece set, I am going to take this down in sections, and I'm going to plastic wrap around it, and it'll go in a tub for future use. Rivendell is 6,070 pieces. It's something over 6,000 pieces. And let me tell you, pulling 6,000 pieces, not only out of my own inventory in the drawers and stuff here, but out of my Bricklink store as well, because I missed a bunch of pieces that I didn't remember went to Rivendell. And that's why I did this, because I didn't want to sell parts to Rivendell that I was going to need. And I didn't sell anything that was very glaringly obvious. I didn't list any of the sticker pieces. I didn't list any of the minifigures. I didn't list anything that was, you know, nothing I could get back again. But I listed some stuff that, you know, I'm going to have to get at a later date. There's some plates, there's some small modified bricks and stuff that I can't find, that I don't have either in my store or in my personal inventory. So I don't know if I sold them. I can't remember. So anyway, I need to do this project. I have to get through, and I have to finish uploading this, or pulling all of the parts. Sorry, it's very late when I'm recording this. I have to finish pulling it, but I have spent 4 or 5 nights for a couple hours, several hours maybe, at a time, pulling all those parts. It is just a lot. It's a lot of parts to pull, and I'm not done yet. I still have wedge plates. I still have tiles. I think after that I'm done. But it is a slog. So I'll show you what 6,000 parts looks like. This is all basically Rivendell. Here it is in its glory. It's just, I mean, the size here. Let me pull some of these bags off of here. These are all of the plates. All, well, 2x and larger. No, essentially this is all the plates. This is a gallon size Ziploc. Just full of plates. But this monstrosity, look at the size of this bag. Look at this. It's gargantuan. And I was trying to, you know, not only was I trying to put them in a bag, but separate them in some sort of fashion so when I do get back to building this, it's not like absolutely horrible, right? If you're building a 400-piece set, it's not as big of a deal, but when you have a 6,000-piece set that is completely taken apart, it can get a little nutty. So it's been a slog. It's been a lot of work. It really hasn't been that fun, but it is a necessary evil and something I have to get done because it's pulled a lot of stuff out of my inventory, and yeah, it's pulled a lot of stuff in my inventory, which is good. It's pulled some stuff out of the Bricklink store, so it's opened up some room for things, but all of this will get put into another larger bag. And then put away for future use. But then at least I know I have it. At least I know I have it here, and it's safe. I've created a wanted list for all of the parts that I have. I've been going through. I've made a PDF of all the parts off of Bricklink, and I've been crossing them off as I do them, and circling the ones that I couldn't find, and then making a wanted list for the pieces that I don't have in enough quantity, and future me will have to deal with that wanted list when it comes that time for that. But Yeah, not done yet though. It's just taken so long, so many hours. So I guess I'm making this as a just don't do what I did. Just that's the moral of the story. Just don't do this. Don't do what I did. Heed my advice, I guess. I won't always tell you to take my advice. Everybody does things a little bit differently, but I do not recommend. If you really, really want to take it apart and rebuild it, that's fine. You do what you want. But my goodness, try to bag it in a way that makes sense. Put like pieces together before you separate it into an inventory so you don't have to open up all your drawers again. You don't have to pull stuff from your Bricklink store. It's just not fun. It's not fun. And, but I had to get it done. And it'll feel really good when it's done. And, but yes, it's just one of a small steps of sort of the things that I want to work through here in the studio. And when I built the Shire, it kind of reminded me that I really should do that now. If I didn't have a Bricklink store, I don't think I would care as much because I wouldn't be worried about something leaving. But there were so many things that I listed that I was like, oh, I don't need this. And then it turns out it's part of Rivendell. And it's kind of the last like set that I have. I've parted out a bunch of things in here, but a lot of it's been like some of the castle sets that I'm not super interested in necessarily holding on to. I just know I'll hold on to most of those parts. It's really about getting the stuff out that I have, and I think Rivendell is kind of the last major set that I'm concerned about not having for the future, I guess. But it's kind of starting, it's one of those things where I am working on revamping a little bit of this. And so, again, there's so much domino effect. I need to do this so that I can do this, so I can do this, so I can do this. And it's all rattling around in my brain, and some of it makes sense, and some of it maybe doesn't as much. But, you know, it's mostly fun. But pulling all of those, like, it feels like such busy work that didn't need to happen. All right, I'm going to stop. I don't want to just, like, stand here and complain. Anyway, it's just, yeah. Don't do what I did. This is good. This is an important documenting. I just felt like this was a good thing to document and to make note of because these are things you can look back on, you know? It was like when the pipe burst. And I was like, should I record this? This sucks. This is terrible. Yeah, probably. It's part of the journey, right? So this sucked, and I documented it. But everybody, thank you again. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. But remember, until then, keep on pulling parts for Rivendell or whatever. All right, everybody, I'll see you next time. Jim, out.